Hey guys, hi, I'm Dr. Lane. So, I'm the guy that, in theory, is teaching this exercise physiology course this summer, and whenever it comes up for you guys that aren't able to make it to lab. So, hi, and welcome. Now, I'm going to be going through today and doing the hand grip dynamometer lab in my kitchen. Just because it turns out it's the place that I had access to and all it requires is the hand grip dynamometer. Now, what we're looking at with this lab is going to be the relationship between muscle length and the force it can produce actively. And we're going to find that it is going to hit an optimal range at some point where we're going to have the greatest force output. Now, in a perfect world, I would take more time between each repetition. I'm probably going to go a little bit faster than I should, which is going to induce a little fatigue, which is going to cause a decline in performance. And I'm going to alternate between my hands, thanks to an old cheerleading injury and a more recent injury from just deadlifting heavy. My left hand is not as strong as my right, even though I'm left-handed. Typically what we find in this lab is whichever hand you use the most is going to be the strongest hand. And so since my right hand is the uninjured one, that's the one that's stronger, typically. The other side we're going to find is the size of your hand is going to be influencing your performance. So I have really big hands for how tall I'm not. So my hand from the tip of my fingertip to the bottom of my palm is a little bit over 8 inches. And it turns out I'm barely 5'10", and I just have a weird build. But that's going to go ahead and change things. So someone with a smaller hand is probably going to hit a better strength output at a closer displacement than someone with a bigger hand where it's a wider displacement. So you guys can see, if we hold it up closely, how we're going to have those notches. So I'm starting at the widest notch, and then I'm going to move my way to the closer notch. And your goal there is just to write down the numbers that go through, and then analyze that relationship, figure out which point in those grip distances I hit my highest level. Now, if you guys really feel like buying a hand grip dynamometer, you can do that. Don't, because that costs money, and it's much more entertaining maybe to watch me do this. And just fast forward to the numbers, write them down, submit them, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, shoot me an email, guys. I'm always happy to talk to you guys to clear things up, because it turns out it's rather quiet right now. It's just me and the pets in the house. And to be fair, Norbert's living his best life. I'll have him come over here at some point because he'll help speed this along. So, last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and stand up. I'm going to go ahead and put the gripper in my hand in a good seated position, and I'm going to squeeze it like it owes me money, and then I'm going to go and open, and I ended up at just a little bit over 60 kilos. So it looks like 61 kilos with my right hand. Then I'm going to go ahead and put it in my left hand, squeeze it like it owes me money, and it comes up with 56 kilos. So now I'm going to go ahead and dial it on back to 0, and I'm going to go ahead and loosen this bad boy up until we get out to grip setting number 6. Now, in a perfect world, I would have you guys to go ahead and do 2 of each of these settings, but it's Earth right now, and I feel weird talking to myself. 100% transparency here, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and seat it in my hand again, in good position, squeeze it as hard as I can, and then go and relax. And that was 59 kilos, close to 60, but not quite there. And then I'm going to go ahead and clear it on out. Hey, what's up, Bahamut? You can come up here and introduce yourself to the class. Squeeze as hard as I can. And 51 kilos. And this is our wonderful ginger cat. His name is Bahamut. He's the oldest pet we have. We've had him since we lived in Kansas, and he is awesome. And he is massive. So, say hello to the class, Bahamut. Or you can, show me your backside. Whichever you're in the mood for, bud. I'm not here to judge. You don't want to wipe your face on this thing. This thing is probably as old as I am, and that's not a compliment to its age. So, let's go ahead, reset it. I've gone to the wider grip setting, and now we're going to go ahead and do my test on the right hand. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze, 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 and then relax. And I came up with just shy of 60 again. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that left hand. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Open, and right at just about 50. And now we're going to go ahead, reset, and go on to the shortest setting, which is going to be all the way out to numero 4. Hey, buddy. Right there. Yeah, now you can go ahead and wipe your face on everything. And seat it in my hand. You can see how it's a pretty tight setting here because my hands are big and this thing is relatively small. And I'm going to go ahead and squeeze it as hard as I can. And I managed to put up only 45 that time. With my right hand, and now I'm going to go over to my left hand, sit it in there, squeeze, 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 and I came up with 39. And just for posterity, I'm going to go ahead and clear it on out, and I'm going to go all the way to that grip setting number 7 again, and just see what it comes up with. And then that is going to be everything we're going to have done for the lab for now. Hey, Muhammad, you want to say hi to the kids? You want to say hi to the kids? No? No, you don't want to say hi to the kids? Yeah, I know. It's so quiet. It's so weird talking to myself for hours at a time every day. Yeah, there you go. There's eye contact. He's a good kitty. Good kitty. So let's go ahead. Not get nailed when he's trying to itch himself. Squeeze this thing like it owes me money. And I ended up with 61. Way to be reliable, Mike. Clear it out again. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And I end up with, wow, 67. No idea where the hell that came from, but my left hand decided to quit being garbage, and I guess I extended a little bit more in the widest grip setting, and I guess I still got my strength there. So that's pretty cool, right, Muhammad? So, thank you guys for paying attention to lab number 1. Some of the things we're going to have options that you guys are going to be able to do at home. Yes, Muhammad. And a lot of things you're not going to be able to do at home. So, thank you guys for listening. If you have questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and let me know. And one last thing, because it'll maybe be entertaining. Norbs! Norbert, come here. Come here, buddy. And here's the Norbinator. Sit, Norbs. Sit. Good boy. Good boy, Norbert. Good boy. Norbert loves you guys. All right. Have a great day, everybody. And bye-bye.